Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and I am reviewing you can call it a television series, a mini series, Loki, which ran for 6 weeks, 6 episodes. And the overall consensus, I think, before the shows actually came out, which is the Falcon and the Winter Soldier and Wonder Vision, that Loki would be the best. I think that's what most people were actually looking forward to. And to be honest, I was looking forward to it. And it's mainly because of the character created by Tom Hiddleston. I think he is very charismatic. He is a very charming actor. I like the guy a lot. So I think a lot of it is because of him that people really wanted to watch it. And I think for the most part, it's the same with me. And I went into the show not really. I waited for the entire show to get over. That's how I seem to be doing these miniseries, shortened seasons these days. Wait for the entire thing to get over, and then I will not look at any of the reviews. I will not look at anything online, other than the fact that are people enjoying it, are people not liking it. That's all I kind of look into. I don't want to see any of the surprises and all that stuff. So I want it as best as I can, which is actually good. There are only a couple of people in my family who would actually watch the series, and I've told them, don't spoil it for me if you're going to watch it before me, and true to their word, they did. Now I'm not going to go through the synopsis for this because it's been a few days, and I do remember a lot of it, of course, but then I've been focusing on some other shows right now, so therefore, and I've in fact finished 26 episodes of another show right now in between. So yeah, my focus is completely on that. But I will tell you what I did think about a few of the things, and especially the actors and the special effects, the comedy elements, and the fight scenes, and all of that stuff. All right, so let's take it one at a time. Tom Hiddleston is amazing. I believe his. I actually felt that the character was actually given a little bit of an unfair shake in this movie. I think there should have been a little bit more for him to do rather than, especially towards the end of the episodes. I did not feel a lot of the things were actually as good as they wanted to, and this seems to be the trend with Disney, Marvel these days. I don't want to say too much about it, but that's kind of how they're looking at it. All right. So he is amazing, but now the next person I'm going to talk about is an actor who I normally do not like, but yes, in this role I think he did have a really good job. Difficult for me to say because normally I don't really like this actor at all. Owen Wilson. See, that much I don't even really like to say his name. Owen Wilson, I think, was pretty good for majority of it, and I think that kind of laid back. I don't know. It's the way he approaches, the way he speaks. This role was kind of like suited for him. I would be interested in finding out whether they actually, had him in mind and then put the character together, and the dialogues and all that stuff. It just seems to be that this is a role that somebody only like him could have done, and kudos for them to actually finding and getting Luke. Again I said Luke. Owen Wilson for this particular role because I did feel like he was pretty good. Yes, an actor we normally don't watch that much. The actress, okay, there's a difficult. How do you pronounce this name? Gugu Mbatha-Raw. So I have seen her in a few things before, and I really like this actress. I think she is also somebody. She did feel a little bit young to do this particular role. I think it would have been better if they had an actress who was roughly around the age of Owen Wilson, and even show that they actually had. It's kind of implied that they probably have had a little bit more than a close friendship. So Owen Wilson is around 52, and Gugu, so we're going to call her that, she is 38. But she looks a lot more younger. I think she looks probably around 32. So I think that is probably what was throwing me off. It didn't feel like, I could actually see them as something as a couple. I would have felt it better if they'd played an older actress for that, or someone who's got a little bit more experience is what I actually felt. Okay, so these were the main parts, and then you also have now the not so great parts. The Hunter B-15, the lady who's like from the beginning, who's with Loki, arresting him and going with him to different places. Um, the actress, yeah. I don't really have much to say about her. I mean, I think she did her job pretty much fine, but she's not somebody who's like memorable. I've never seen her anything else before. I think her name is Wunmi Mosaku, and she's a Nigerian. No, okay, I'm not really sure if that is the actress. Anyway, that actress, as you know, I wasn't really that. I mean, she didn't blow me away until like that. She was like pretty good at what she did. I just didn't feel much about her. Then you also have the actress who kind of stole some of the limelight away from Tom Hiddleston, and I think they planned it in that way that she would share a lot of the, which is the character Sylvie, who turns out to be a Loki variant, Sophia Di Martino. She does go head to head with Loki quite a bit, and he does fall for her eventually, and even she for him for the most part. But yes, there's a couple of things about that. But yeah, and yeah, I think there were times when I thought she actually did steal the show quite a bit. Yeah, there's a couple of other actors like Eugene Cordero, who played a receptionist. He was okay. Nothing else much to say about those actors. Sasha Lane, who I also saw in the movie what was that? Hellboy, the recent Hellboy, the reboot Hellboy. She was really seen. I mean, again, she's there. Is all that I can say. You have a couple of actors who play different variants of Loki, include classic Loki played by Richard E. Grant, and again, you will never miss out that this actor is there in that role. Even if his role is pretty small, he does shine. There's a Kid also, Kid Loki played by Jack Neill, young variant, and apparently he killed Thor in his universe. So there's that. Alright, now the really, really, really damn squid about this particular show is that the reveal about the main antagonist kind of character who we have here, and there's a lot of, to be honest, I didn't really like the last few episodes. I mean, I liked the first 2 episodes, and then after that it kind of went downhill for me. There's a lot of nonsensical stuff that kind of happens in these, especially in something like this, and it wasn't really so I'm not really a big fan of this multi-universe variants and all that stuff that they're actually showing over here. The guy who plays He Who Remains, the scientist from the 31st century who discovers the multiverse war between the evil variants of himself, that guy cannot act. It was such a downer to see it as this fool who's actually I'm talking about the character, maybe not the actor. The actor was terrible, but I wouldn't call him a fool. The character was a foolish, and he couldn't act. The guy couldn't act. The actor who played him was like hamming it up as much as possible, trying to be this, charismatic villain, and he tanked for me. Like, he was a big flop for me. I don't care what he's been in before. I never seen him before in anything else. He may have acted in a few things, but he's terrible. I actually heard that he's going to be playing a different version, a different villain, and the main villain in the new, I think it is going to be in the Doctor Strange movie, is it? No, in the Spider-Man movie, I guess. He was terrible. I mean, the worst part of this entire thing is I was waiting and waiting and waiting to see what's at the other end of this, when they open the door, they go through it, who they're going to see. They could have actually seen Loki himself, like a different version of Loki, and instead, they had this bumbling fool, really, really bad acting done by this guy who I've never seen before, Jonathan Majors, that's his name. The worst part of the show, I mean, it was terrible. There were a couple of other things that I didn't really like about the show. Like I mentioned, this the the planet that they were on. I mean, it looked nice, but it was okay. But it was like it felt a lot like filler, and nothing that really, was. I didn't really feel anything great about it. And the character, that evil cloud thing, whatever that was. I'll try to find the name for it. Uh, yeah, Alot? A cloud-like creature, I was correct. It was actually a cloud-like creature called Alot. And yeah, so he's going to be this, he who remains, he's going to be playing the Kang the Conqueror or something like that, and I'm not really looking forward to it. Of course, I'll definitely watch the shows and the movies, but I'm not really listening. So Alliot, that's something. I think that's the cloud creature, Alliot. Yeah. Anyway, so that's really what I thought about it. It did feel like you do see Lady Sif, Jamie Alexander. She comes and basically is in the kind of like when he is put in that prison kind of thing for them, and he is reliving the moment where he gets hit by Lady Sif. Kind of felt like Loki needs to be hit. That's what I got. I mean, it was funny at the same time, but I don't know. Overall I was really disappointed. I'm actually surprised that a lot of people like the show. Didn't like it that much. I was like, I kind of had to force myself to watch the last two episodes. I was almost going to give up, and maybe my love for Marvel is now going to tank a little bit, but I don't know. I just don't feel it in this kind of series. So overall, these three mini series with Wonder Vision, I think I liked Wonder Vision the best, maybe, or I think the other one is better. I don't know. I think maybe Falcon and Winter Soldier was probably better than these two. I don't know. I can't make up my mind. But to be frank, this one was a big disappointment because I was actually expecting the most out of this, and it disappointed me, to be honest. I did not like several aspects of it, so did not like the main villain either. So I don't know. Let's see. There's supposed to be a second season of Loki happening as well, so I don't know when it's going to happen. Whenever it does, I will definitely watch it and review it. But so far, not that great. If I were to give it a rating, I would give it a 6.5 out of 10. Yeah. Thank you guys. Good night. I may eventually watch this show once again, but at the moment, it's not. I don't see myself really watching it again for a while. Bye, guys.